Hi everybody, welcome. Today we're going to have a lot of fun crafting, making cards from a set called You Are Beautiful. And I just love it. It's one of the first sets I bought from the annual catalog. And I've got some techniques to show you. We're going to do some embossing, some coloring on stamps, etc. So let's just go ahead and get started. So when you jump on, make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how you're doing today in the comments. I would love to hear from you. That's what makes live video fun. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching a recording of a Facebook Live. But welcome. I'm so glad you're here too. And any links that I share, I'll be sharing in the video description on YouTube. So if you're trying to find something, that's a good place to look. All right, let me go ahead and click. I've got to click a toolbar here, and then I'll go upside down. You can see Teddy in the back. He's helping us today. It looks like he's going to be on Facebook Live today. Okay, let me go ahead and click this toolbar, and I'll go upside down, and then you'll be right side up. And then I have to get my iPad here going so I can see what you're seeing. And I can kind of tell. Let me go to my Facebook page on my laptop here and get that going. I took my glasses off in order to have the picture not glaring. So, okay, here we go. All right, that looks pretty good. I think that's going to be okay once we get started here. So let me get my laptop out of the way. Hi, Diane. Diane has been keeping track of Teddy. Yes, Teddy, he's a pretty cute boy. My darn laptop is spinning the photo. I can see the comments coming in, but I can't see there we go. Now it looks like it's better. Now I can see what's going on. Okay, we need to move this just a touch, like this way. And I've lost my picture again, so we're just going to assume it's going okay and that you can see everything you need to see. I see I forgot to turn off the overhead lights in my studio, but it'll be okay. I hope. If it's too bothersome, let me know, and I will just take a few seconds to jump over past my desk and turn them off. We're going to work in the new annual catalog. Hi, Pam. Oh, yes, I'm glad you're here, too. It's so hot. It's hot here, too. If you haven't watched me before, I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska, and yes, it's been so hot. This is what we're working today with. You Are Beautiful, and honestly, I bought it for a couple of reasons. I really love this stamp, and I really love everything that it says. I mean, I love the leaf too, because I'm all about leaves and trees and everything like that. But trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He will direct your path is one of my absolute favorite verses from the Bible. Is Proverbs 3:5-6. Anyway, I lean on that one quite a bit sometimes when you just need that little extra comfort and peace from knowing that the Lord has your path in front of Him. All right, friends, here's a story. I'm going to talk to you for a minute. I have been kind of in a creative slump. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I don't really often have a slump, but I usually got a lot of ideas and can't wait I usually have more ideas than I have time more ideas than time usually. But I have been struggling. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm kind of thinking about one of the reasons I'm struggling right now is my brother and his wife own a property in Drake, Colorado, and the wildfires have gotten within a mile of their property. They're building a new home. Fortunately, all they have in is the foundation, but still, they have trees, and anyway, and there are other people that live around them too that are in danger. Then my niece and her husband, my niece's husband in Colorado, he and his dad have a car repair shop in Lyons, and they've had to evacuate. So if you're a praying person, I would love for you to keep them in your prayers, and on the firefighters and the animals and everybody that's affected. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and refresh my screen so I can see what you're seeing. It looks like you can see most everything fairly well. All right, so I was saying that I just have had no creative mojo. I've gotten stamp sets out, I've gotten paper out, and I just was stuck. So I finally decided I am going to use this stamp set, and because I've had it since the catalog first came out and I really like it. And I can show you some techniques. We're going to do some fun techniques today with markers. We're going to kind of use what they've done here, and then we're going to also make a card similar to this. We're also going to do gold embossing today because our embossing powders are back in stock. So if you're ever lost for inspiration, get your catalog out and really look at it. I have found especially color combinations are always really, really good that I might not have tried, and we're going to do one of those today. Today, my friends, is the last day to put in a $50 order in order to get a $5 coupon to use in August. So if you have got things still on your wish list, today's the day. If you use this host code and you put in a $50 order, you'll get all the cards I'm showing today, kit for all of those, in the mail to you by the end of next week. All right, let's get started. I'm excited to show you guys some fun things that I have done with this stamp set. So if you like techniques, today you're going to see quite a few techniques actually. I should have called it a technique video. Let me get out my, well, we don't need any of this right now. We're just gonna concentrate on this piece. So this is Pebble Pat. Now I told you that Stampin' Up! Sometimes uses color combinations, well probably a lot of the time, that I really wouldn't have thought of, and this is one of them. So we're gonna combine this eventually with embossed gold and petunia pop. And I'm going to show you that I think actually it looks really pretty. Let's go ahead and start with one way to use this large leaf stamp that's in this stamp set is just to give a little extra, a little extra interest to your background. So since it's a large stamp, I'm turning it upside down to ink it, and I'm inking it also with Pebble Path ink. So I'm going to kind of turn this like maybe about there. And then when you're stamping our colored ink on colored cardstock, you want to let it sit for a moment to dry. Now this is a stamp that has variation in it to give it depth already. So I did ink it well, but that's just the way the stamp is made. Now I'm going to do it again, and I'm looking at my sample. I might have stamped off on my sample, but we're going to just go ahead with it now because I didn't do it on this card. But it'll be okay, I think. We'll see. If it's too dark, then we will turn it over. I think it'll be okay. We'll see. The gold, we're going to do gold embossing on this, so that's going to stand out really well from the dark gray. The dark Pebble Bath that's kind of, sometimes it's gray in it, sometimes it's brown. It's kind of taupe. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. We have that done, and then we're going to take this beautiful stamp, and I'm going to use my garden green marker. This is from the Regals group of markers, and I'm going to use my Petunia Pop, which is from the 2024-26 group of in colors. You can get them all. These come in a set of all the Regals. This comes in a set of all of the in colors. So I'm going to go ahead, since these little berries are the lightest color, I'm going to take my brush end of the marker. Make sure you don't push down on the point of your marker. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of coloring it from the side just to get the ink on it, and it's easier to control that way too. And then I'm going to take my garden green. This is an old style marker. I'm not sure why I still have this one, but I do. Okay, so then we're going to just go ahead and color the leaf in garden green. Make sense? And then this one too. And yes, this takes a few minutes, but it doesn't take too long. And then there's a little stem down here. And then when you've done that, you're going to get out your scrap paper. I have some scrap paper here. And then you're going to huff on it. Just warm it up with your breath and then stamp it on basic white. So then you get two colors on your image, your stamped image, and it doesn't take too long. It's a small stamp, so it doesn't take too long. Now we are going to fussy cut it. So you get out your paper snips. Hopefully I'm in the windows where you can see me. And then to fussy cut, I'm turning my paper rather than the scissors, and I'm just kind of cutting about, you know, just a tiny bit of white also around my image. Oops, now I can't see it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to actually cut this off here. Well, so when you're trying to show fussy cutting on video, and then you don't want to get out of the viewer's sight, but I'm having a little struggle with where my placement is for my image. There you go. Sometimes helps to just cut off any extra cardstock. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. And then we'll cut around our berries. I don't know what kind of a plant this would be. I'm not a good biology person, plant person, but I love anything that has berries on it. I'm in. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out. Now we have another thing we have to do before we can put this card together. Now we are going to emboss. So you guys, all our embossing powders are in stock. We haven't had them for a while, and they are back in stock, and I've been using them. It's been so fun. So they come in sets. So this is the set I'm using today, is the metallics group. And in the metallics group, you have gold, which is what we're going to use today, and copper and silver. So those all come together, and these are such beautiful embossing powders. I've just been having so much fun with them. And then if you need this, so you have a tray, and it comes with a brush, it comes with an embossing buddy, and it comes with the tweezers. I don't know where my tweezers is. I forgot to pull it out, and I'm not seeing it here, but it does come with the tweezers to hold your cardstock so you don't get, oh, here it is. So here it is. So it comes with this as well. That all comes in a kit. And I'm sorry I didn't write down the number for this, but if you go to my website, which is stampingwithjoey.stampinup.net, and type in embossing tools, something like that, it'll come up for you. And if you put in an order this week, then I will send you the tutorial for all these 4 cards, so that you have all the steps to make these cards, and you have all the ingredients, and you know what all the ingredients are. Okay, we're gonna I'm gonna go back and clean my stamp really well, because I'm going from Pebble Path now to Versamark. So I just want to make sure my stamp is really clean. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our Versamark on. Now, you want your Versamark pad to be very well inked. So we do sell Versamark ink refills. Right now it happens to be out of stock, but it'll be coming back. So I'm gonna really get this inked well. Versamark is a sticky ink. And then I'm just gonna, whoops, I forgot to do something. So we got out our, oh no, I guess I didn't. For a minute I thought I didn't do that. So I'm gonna quickly ink this again just to make sure. I want it to really hold the embossing powder. And then I'm gonna set this down here and give it a good press and hold it for a moment so the ink absorbs into the white cardstock. I'm going to close this and get out the embossing powder. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and sprinkle on the embossing powder like so. And then I just tap it off. And then if something you think didn't get enough powder on it, I'm going to go ahead and do this again. And then I just kind of gently tap it and let it kind of sink into that Versamark ink, and then slowly tap it off like that. Can you see? And then hopefully the embossing buddy did its job and it's not sticking where you don't want it to stick. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, if there are some little flecks left, that's where you take your brush and you just go over those little places very carefully, like so. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's go ahead and I'll put this stuff aside and we'll get out the heat tool. You do need a heat tool for embossing. And that's where your tweezers comes in handy, although I don't even know now what I did with my tweezers. I showed it to you, so I know it's here. This is the mystery of doing Facebook Live. Things just disappear. I have no idea what happens. I do have another tweezers here that a friend gave me, so I'm going to go ahead and hold this. It's going to get noisy, so hang on a second. The other thing I do to start with is I go from the back of my cardstock, and the reason is so that it doesn't blow that embossing powder off. It doesn't really anyway, but I don't want any chance of it happening. And then the other reason is, can you see that my cardstock is curling? So I do it from the back first. The heat is going to make it curl, and then I turn it over, and then I'm going to just hold it. It doesn't do any good to do this. Hold it until you see it turn. Can you see it turn there? And then I'm going to just follow it down like so. Right? Can you see it turning? Isn't that beautiful? This is the most beautiful gold. It's just so pretty. Then check it to make sure there are any pieces that aren't embossed, and then don't keep going, because if you keep going, it won't be shiny. You can, if you heat it too long, you lose the shininess, but you can see how pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? So now what I've done to just save time on the video, I've already done one of fussy cut it for us, but I'll save this one and do it for my next card because it's too pretty not to use it. But I've already done it, so now let's go ahead and build our card. Well, I have a little stamping to do, so let's do that first. One of the sayings in this stamp set is make today amazing. So I'm going to grab a little strip of Petunia Pop. Now this is where I was saying, look at this color combination. Would you have put together Petunia Pop, Pebbled Pat, and metallic gold? I just don't think I would have. So again, as I said, I've been really stuck for almost a week on getting things made. I've been in a design slump. My husband did have to have a CAT scan last Friday, and I think I've just been, oh, not Friday, when was it? Yeah, I think it was Friday. Make today amazing. Oh, let's get this straight so I can snap my greeting straight. Oh, here we go. And I stamped it in Pebble Path just to kind of keep everything in the same. You know what? I don't know, my friends. I don't know. Well, we'll go ahead and make it like this, but then I'll show you the one that I made before this one, my sample, because I'm pretty sure I stamped it off in my sample. But anyway, so I think I've been kind of distracted, just hoping that his test comes out okay. Anyway, he probably doesn't want me blabbing all the details all over social media, but we haven't heard back yet. He did look at it on my chart. You know, you can go in and look at your own medical chart, well, medical results and things like that on a app called My Chart. And he thought from what he could read, it said it was normal, but he said, I'm not a doctor. There were a lot of words I didn't understand, so we don't know if it's normal or not. Praying that it is. All right, this is basic white, thick. I always make my card bases with the thick cardstock. Isn't that so pretty, just like that? I just think that color combination is so pretty. All right, let's go ahead and put this on. I love this. I could make this card. I could just put the greeting on this and be done. But I was following what Stampin' Up was doing, so we're going to go ahead with that. Let's get some dimensionals on this. Anyway, I know I've already said it, but again, I'll just reiterate the fact that if you're stuck, use your catalog and maybe try something that you might not have tried. You know, just go for it and get started stamping. We have invested in a lot of product, most of us. If you're just watching and you're a new stamper, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. If you've been stamping quite a while, though, you have a lot of product, and at least I do. And we invest in them, and we want to use them. So sometimes I need an idea from Stampin' Up. I'm going to go ahead and put this kind of at an angle because I've got some other things going on here. I'll wait for this. Now this strip that I stamped on is 5/8 of an inch by about 4 inches or so. And then my glimmer paper, this is from the 2024-2026 glimmer paper. It's in the catalog. It's in the annual catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you want one, whoops, here we have to do something to this first. If you don't have a catalog, let me know. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to help you. Okay, I'm just gonna make this pretty long to begin with. I want it to go across our image, so I'm just using my scissors to just make a little snip like that. And then for this, I'm actually going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner. Now, adhesive doesn't really love to stick to glitter paper, but I have found that this works. It works good enough. My strip of glimmer paper, probably get my head in the video, is just a little bit wider. So it's my Petunia Pop is 5/8 by about 4, and I think my glimmer paper is 3/4 by, and I'm just kind of following the same angle as my greeting, and then this is going to go like this. Perfect. Isn't that pretty? I have to say, once I got started using Stampin' Up colors and some of their ideas on the page, I just thought, oh, it's so pretty. And now I'm going as in I have some ideas of some things I want to make today. I've got an idea for a whole class. I'm also going to work with the golden greenery. I have 2 cards. If you know that suite of products called Golden Greenery. It's a new one on the online exclusives. It's a Christmas set, but, well, it is a Christmas set, period. It can be used for some other things too. Let's see, I'm not gonna stick this down. I want this is gonna go about here. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna put it down gently just in case I come back and want to move it. Golden Greenie, so I have 2 cards made with that, and then so I need 2 or 3 more, and then for a class, and then I also have Sophisticated Sled. It's also an online exclusive if you're interested in taking a look at those. Can't get this off. What the heck? I have 2 cards made with that, and I need to make 2 or 3 more with that. But as I said, I got stuck, and I just wasn't getting stuff done. Just couldn't get it done. Okay, so there we go with that. I think that turned out pretty. And this is not the exact card that Stampin' Up did, but it's the main idea. It's the main idea as what they did. This is linen thread, and as you can see, I'm in the end of it, so it's kind of a hot mess, but I just straighten it out with my thumb and forefinger like that, so it's a little bit easier to tie in a bow. Then I'm just gonna make a loop like this, and I'm gonna turn it, go around like so, push it through, and I want this to stay flat, so I'm pulling like that to keep it flat. There we go. I can't see your comments. I'm sorry, my friends. I've even had the internet company come out and they wired in my computer, but it goes blank, which is so annoying. So I'll probably call them back one of these days and say, I need more help. Okay, so we're just gonna put this cute little, I think that looks so nice. I really love this card. Let's go ahead and put on some gems. So I'm gonna get out my, what are these called? Tinsel Gems 3-pack. And there's 3 colors. I'm not sure even what they call these colors. I think this is Fresh Freesia. I don't know what the other 2 are. But let's go ahead and put some purple gems to kind of go with the purple the Petunia Pop. Kind of like so. And then let's put a couple on. This is my take your pick tool. This works pretty well for gems. Let's take a smaller one here. And then let's actually put a few right on the berries. I think that looks kind of cute. We'll put 3 kind of close to each other. There we go. And then that gives the berries a little bit more dimension. What do you think of this card? You don't have to love it. If you don't love it, it's okay. But if you like it, what do you think of it? What do you think of the Pebble Path mixed with the Petunia Pop? I just think that's so pretty. I'm going to try and pull up your comments so I can see what's going on. I'm going to click on my, let's see if I can see your comments. I see there are comments, but I can't see what they are. I'm really sorry. I'll come back and I'll answer all your comments. It's just not keeping up. Okay. Anyway, I can't see whether you like it or not. So here's my sample, and here is, so this one I think I stamped off the background. Gosh, those lights are annoying. I think I stamped off the background here, and then this one I did not. So what do you think? Do you like it? You can see it better on this one. Do you like the leaf image full strength, or do you like the leaf image stamped off? Let me know in the comments while I'm getting ready my next fun project for you. Okay. Oh, this is going to be really fun too. So let's grab back our leaf stamp. This is so annoying that I can't see you. Gosh, or your comments. Come on. I'm clicking my laptop to see if I can see you, but it's just spinning and spinning. Doggone it. Can't see. Well, I can maybe swipe over on my iPad. Now you'll be watching that swiping going on in the... There we go. No. Now that's all gone too. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. All right, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. This is going to be more like a video than a Facebook Live because I can't see your comments. But let's keep on keeping on. I hope you do like that card, and I will come back definitely and look at your comments and respond to you. All right, now this is really fun, you guys. If you've been stamping for a while, you've probably done this, but this is a technique that you can add also color to your images with a sponge dauber and your ink pad. So we're going to actually start with this in basic beige. So this is basic beige, and then we're going to take our garden green. Now I'm going to move this so I don't accidentally, my page is frozen here, so I'm going to try and bring my video back up. I'm on my iPad. There we go. Okay. I can kind of see. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to just dip our sponge. This is called sponge dauber. They come in a pack of about 5, I think, in the annual catalog. I'm going to actually stamp off on this a little bit, and then we're going to go right to our stamp. And I'm going to kind of mainly go up the middle of the stem like this, and then I'm going to kind of go on a little bit of the edges too. I'm kind of turning this to the side because I don't want it to be like solid color and then it's not. Now I'm huffing on it again. This card is going to go this direction, so I'm going to, can you see this? Isn't that pretty? You could do this with a lot of different colors, but I would just caution you that you just have to be very good about cleaning your stamp between times. Otherwise, if I would go ahead and just re-ink this again, I'm going to have garden green ink in my basic beige ink pad. So we're going to do this again. Again, I'm going to start at the bottom and kind of, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of tapping this in. And now on the Stampin' Up page, I think they did mostly garden green. I mean, they didn't let too much of the basic beige show. So this one has probably more green in it. Then I'm going to huff on it again. And then we're going to, let's go like this. Get that done. And then we're going to do this one more time, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to get more depth and more interest going, I'm going to take basic beige again. And again, these are not colors I would have ever put together, but this is what Stampin' Up did on the page that I showed you. Okay, so we got that inked up. Did I clean that? I hope I cleaned it. Can't seem to focus on what I'm doing and talk at the same time. Okay, then we're going to go up like this. Now, the only reason I even knew what they did is I looked it up. We have a resource where we can look up what was used on each of the projects in the catalog. So I looked it up, and that's what I found, that this was basic beige and garden green. Let's go ahead and make this maybe go this way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep stamping this. And I'm actually not going to re-ink at all. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of ink. Still, well, I don't know if you call it quite a bit, but you can get an impression even when you haven't re-inked. I'll show it closer to you in the video. I'll hold it up so you can maybe see it better. I think maybe we need one more dark one actually, so let's clean our stamp. And so this is a little time consuming. If you're wanting, well, let's see, I didn't get this really clean. You have to make sure you get the edges really clean, and I didn't do that. It's time consuming, but you know what? When you're being artistic and doing creative things, it releases all your good endorphins and, oh no, I didn't want that. Gosh, Joey, let's close this for a second. We don't want, that would have ruined our project. Well, I don't know if it would have ruined it, but yeah, it probably would have ruined it. We would have had to just go with it. So now I'm even gonna turn this over because I stamped it in garden green and I meant to stamp it in basic beige. So I'm rubbing it, making sure I have all that off before I go into my basic beige. Basic beige does have kind of a green tint to it, but it's beige, it's not green. So that would not have worked very well. Now let's go back to our garden green and let's go ahead and ink it up. And let's go ahead. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna stamp off my dauber, but you might want to. But I basically want to get a little more right here. So I'm gonna huff on it, and I'm gonna go across like this. See? I think that's better. Then I'm actually gonna go back here. And maybe even again right there. There we go. Okay, I know you probably can't see the subtleness of this on video. I will hold it up to the phone and see if you can see it just a little bit better. Let's go ahead and clean this because we're not done with this stamp. So I'm just gonna make sure I get it really good. So twisting it and looking at it carefully. Okay, that's good. We're good to go. Now, for this, can you see the subtlety of the background stamped? I'm holding, yeah, it looks like you can see it close up, so that's good. Now, I'm just gonna take a piece of basic beige, just a little bit bigger. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5, my white one. And my basic beige is just a little bit bigger, so I think it's like 1/8 bigger. So that'll be 3 7/8. Yeah, by 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and put that on our card, and then we've got our greeting to do. I hope you like these cards. I can't see if you like them or not. You can say, Joey, that's not my favorite color combination, and I would understand that. All right, let's go ahead and do our basic beige ribbon. We have basic beige ribbon, just like we do our in color ribbon, and I'm gonna wrap this around, and then so this is how I quote measure. I'm gonna make a bow because I need a loop, and I need another loop, and then I need a tail, and then I need another tail. So that's my very scientific way of measuring my ribbon. You can tie it right off with a bolt, and usually I do actually, but I want this bow to go a certain way, so I kind of have to think about it. We'll go ahead like this. And then I'm going to make sure the ends of my ribbons go the opposite direction of my, so what I'm trying to say is the tails of my ribbon, I want to go horizontal, exactly horizontal. Well, actually not exactly, I want to go kind of like this. So hang on, I have to redo this. So this is the end that has to go over the top for my bow to go the right way. I was going the other way. So we're going to cross this like this. I'm going to put it at opposite angle as our, what am I doing? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't even watch this. Go get a cup of coffee or a milkshake or something. Goodness gracious. Well, I think I'm getting it made. But we'll just, and my bow is going the way I wanted it to go because I wanted the tails to go towards the left side of the card. And so that makes a difference whether you put the bottom one over the top or you put the top one over the bottom one. And that's why I was kind of struggling getting this going the right way. But we've got it the right way. It should look nice when we get done. Okay, so there's our bow. I think that looks pretty. Now, let's go ahead and before we actually put, let's put on the card. Let's do that next. And I think what I did, because of the ribbon, I popped this up with dimensionals, I think. So let's pull out the dimensionals. And then this is obviously the end of this pack. I have trimmed them, cut them so that I could use them all. And that's why they look like they do. Kind of a hot mess. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull these out. And I'm going to try and swipe my my iPad here again to see if I can get comments. I just can't get them to come up. Gosh, it's so frustrating. I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me today. I really wish I could talk with you and see your comments, but today doesn't seem to be the day for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm just kind of centering this on the front of my card like so. Now, those of you that know me and have watched me, you know that I like a little bit of color and contrast. So I pulled out my Petunia Pop, and I'll show you why in a moment. But let's go. Oh, I forgot to do something I wanted to do. Hang on, hang on. Let's see if we can pull this off. Dang it. We'll leave it. I might be able to do it actually the way it is. I'm going to grab my... Let's see, what do I want for this? Let's see, I'm kind of thinking here. I don't want to mess up my card or my marker. I'm going to very lightly flick on a little bit of this color because I want, with my cap, see what I'm doing? I'm kind of covering this up, the ribbon up with my hand, so it doesn't go there. I'm going to do one more flick there. I'm going to call that good. You would obviously do this if you would remember to do it before. Can you see those little teeny specks of purple? Not really. You can't really see it on the video, but you can see it in real life. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stamp our greeting on Basic Beige. Oh, by the way, you guys, so these labels I'm using today on most every card are from the Golden Greenery. Is that what it's called? Greetings of the season. Greetings. Oh, well, Joey, open the thing. Gosh. Greetings of the season dies. I'm using quite a few of these today. These are an online exclusive. And what that means is you can only find them online. So if you're interested in those, you just need to do a search for Golden Greenery, and then everything should come up for you. So, and again, I'll put all the supplies I used in the PDF for those of you that put in an order this week of $45 or more to get this class for free. Okay, let's go ahead and we are going to stamp You Are a Shining Light in Garden Green. I want to make sure I've got this inked well on Basic Beige. And I'm going to put my greeting pretty far to the right because I'm going to hide that hole under the bow, like so. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this up before we have a disaster. And then here's my samples. You can see what we're going for. Then I'm going to go ahead and just going to put some adhesive on the back of this because I wanted a little peek of the petunia pop to show just for a contrast. And then I'm just putting it under like so. And then we're going to put this on our card like this. But just another way to make a beautiful background with this stamp set. I have a lot of techniques today. As I said, I probably should have called this a technique video. But I used the name of the stamp set, which is You Are Beautiful. And so let's go ahead and tuck this under like this. And then we'll put some dots. So for these dots, you know, garden green is not a color I use very much, but there are garden green dots, just to remind you, and the transparent adhesive back dots. That doesn't tell you too much about what colors are in here. In fact, it doesn't tell you at all, but they're really, really pretty. So you have kind of a this is, I think, basic beige actually, and then garden green, and I think this is berry burst, or it's a kind of a berry color, and then this probably is lemon lime twist. I'm not sure, but we're gonna go with, for this, we're gonna go, I guess we could have used basic beige, but I'm gonna go with garden green because I never get to use garden green, and it's such a good green. I mean, I do use it at Christmas, but you know, I don't know. We have so many beautiful greens that I guess I use the other colors more often. I love lemon lime twist, so whenever I can do lemon lime twist for a green, I use that. Let's put one down here. Okay. All right, I know this is not my usual card, but I'm kind of happy with it. And I really love the background. I hope that you enjoy the background too. And here, let me show you what happens. So can you see all these like little splotches? Well, those are unintentional because I had petunia pop on my hands or fingers, obviously. But then I thought, oh, that looks good. So that's why I went ahead and just did the spritzer. You can do it more. Obviously, it'll show up more. But anyway, there's card number 2. With You Are Beautiful. Let's go on and keep going here. For this next card, we're going to use a similar technique to what we did on this card, but not exactly the same. So we're going to put that back. I'll bring it back at the end. And let's go ahead and make sure our stamp is really clean. I think it is because I cleaned it. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, now we're actually just going to use garden green again, but we're not going to have 2 colors on it this time. Let me grab a piece of, because we're going to stamp off. Whoops, I just put my finger in the ink pad. All right, let's go ahead and gonna ink up garden green, and then this time we're gonna stamp off. Well, hang on, I gotta get my sample out here so I can see it. So we're gonna stamp off, and we're just gonna fill up the card. So, but I don't want it full strength because I don't want it to take away from our greeting and some other things that we're gonna do. I always do love to use stamps as a background stamp. Something like this. When I first started stamping, all I wanted to do was just stamp, stamp, stamp. I did not want to be cutting layers. I just wanted to stamp. Okay, this is pretty good. We almost got it. So this would have been a card I definitely would have made early in my stamping days. Gonna get a little more on here. I think that's good because we're gonna stamp our other image too. All right, now Let's clean this off again because we are going to use it. I think we use it one more time on our last card. So I did use all the greetings in there. Well, I used all the stamps in this stamp set. The greetings and all the images. Okay, now we're going to take our pretty berry stamp and we're going to go totally Petunia Pop on this one. And we are not going to stamp this one off. So we're going to just do full strength. And I'm kind of going, if there's any like bare places, I'm kind of going in the bare places. Like so. Like this. Although now I'm looking at my sample and I think I did stamp off, but too late. All right, so let's maybe a little berry over here. Kind of like so. And, okay, who has put Petunia Pop and Garden Green together? I would like to know. Isn't that so pretty? I just think it's so pretty. Again, I was in a slump, so now I'm stamping off a little bit just to give even a little bit more. I don't want that to go the same way, so let's kind of go this way here. So these are my stamped off ones. Sometimes, although less is more, and that is not the case on this card. Okay, so there's our background. You can't really tell what it looks like because you have all this mess behind it. So let's get rid of that and let's clean our stamp. So, Garden Green and Petunia Pop. I would love to see you create with these two colors. If you make a card using these two colors, I would love for you to tag me. Or you can put it on my page. You can put it right here on my Create with Joey page, or you can put it on my Create with Joey Stampers group. If you're not part of that group, that's my creative community. Okay, so now, you know what? I think I didn't do this on my other card, but I think we're going to do it on this one. I did bring my brush out here, and I think we're going to do a little bit of edging. Well, okay. I'm deciding whether we should do green here or Petunia Pop. I think it needs, I've got the brush I could use for Petunia Pop. Now I need to see if I can see your answers. What would you like to see? I'm going to bring up my page and see if I can see any comments. Yes! Okay. Carrie, hi, welcome Carrie, and Brenda's on. Hi Kim and Jamie. Oh, Jamie, thank you so much, my friend. And Mary Kay is here, Julie's here. Cheryl, gosh, guys, and Martha. Diane, I know, is here too. How nice. Pam, during the camp week, you had a great card every day. Maybe you used up ideas and will need to restock the brain cells. Yes, I will. And what she's referring to, if you didn't watch, you know what? I've got this green. I'm just going to go with it. And if we don't like it, then we can do it differently next time. But I'm just going to take my dauber. You remember we used this on our stamp on the basic beige. And we we added garden green to the basic beige stamp. But I'm just going to, this is called sponging. And also when I first started stamping, I thought this was the coolest technique. So many samples in the catalog had sponging on them. We had a different kind of sponge, but same idea. So can you see that gave it just a little bit of an outline, and we are actually going to just put this right on the card like this. I do need to restock my creative brain cells. I just wasn't sure how to get started, so I went directly to the catalog and said, I have got to make something. I've got to make something. I can't waste, you know, days on end with no creativity. Just, I've got stuff going. All right, look how pretty this is. This is a stem from the other stamp set in the Golden Greenery. Well, I didn't pull the stamp set, I guess. But it has these dies. So I used this one. And as I said, I've been pulling out these dies quite a bit for both of these. And then I used the In Color Glimmer paper again. So we're gonna, oops, that got bent. So let's go ahead and, I know if Diane's still watching, she's going, oh, that's good. The glimmer is good. We like the bling. So we're gonna put this on. I'm gonna put on, that doesn't help. You can't see what I'm doing. So I'm putting the mini glue dots, mini dimensionals, places where I don't think it'll be seen on the front. So, but you're gonna have to check it out. That one I can see. So I need to move it. Let's move it maybe here. That's being goofy. I'm not sure what's going on. So let's go here. And then I'm a glimmer girl. If you're not a glitter girl, you and I might not be friends for very long. We could be friends, but we probably disagree about glimmer because it's like my favorite thing. Okay, so let's see if I can see that one. Nope, that's pretty good. All right, let's go with that. Just gonna go ahead and take these off. And there we go. And we're just gonna put this right here in the middle of everything. So it's the star of the show. Now I had a oval cut. Yeah, I do. That's how that same set of dies that I just showed you that go with the greetings for the season. This die is also part of that set of dies, and even if you don't want the Christmas greeting stamp set, this is a really nice set of dies to have. There's so many sizes. There's big to small and everything in between. We need a greeting on here. Let's pull out the You Are Beautiful. Yes. And we're gonna put this in Petunia Pop. Julie said she had an aversion to embossing. It is beautiful. And it's a well. You know, when I'm actually starting with beginning stampers, I often show embossing early in their stamping when they're coming to classes because it is a wow. I don't use it as much either, to be honest, Julie. Well, first of all, we haven't had it in stock for several months because we changed companies and it just took a while to get the product in stock. But that's one reason. But another reason, all things considered, if I actually have everything and it's available for sale, embossing takes, you got to get stuff out. Like I showed you the tray and the brush and the embossing buddy, and you need your heat tool out, etc., etc. But for those of you who, the product, you know, the final product is gorgeous no matter what you're doing. And a trend right now is to emboss white on black for the greeting. I'm not doing that today because honestly my whole goal of this video is just to show you how cute this stamp set is and how many things you can do with it. How many things? Yeah, what you can do with it. There we go, like this. Go ahead, and this is Petunia Pop ribbon. We have a ribbon in all of the In Colors, and I don't want it to cover up too much here. I'm going to pull these tails a little bit and make it a little bit smaller, like so, like that. You might be asking, do you ever use any other of the In Colors besides Petunia Pop? Because if you've been watching me, you see how much I've been using it. Yes, I do. I don't know why I keep coming back to this color. I don't like the way this is going here. Okay, we'll go ahead. I'm not going to putz with it anymore, and I just dropped it. I think we've lost Teddy. I think he's in his bed sleeping. He is so good, you guys. I mean, he's so good. He rarely barks. which if you know our older dog that passed away, we loved him dearly, dearly, Brady. But Brady was a barker, and for Facebook Live, a lot of times I had to corral him in the downstairs bathroom so he wouldn't bark. Okay, you guys, let's get those these gems back out. What did I say these are called? The 3-pack tinsel. Why can't I remember tinsel? I guess because it doesn't feel like tinsel seems like it should be Christmas, doesn't it? Or is that just me? They're sparklier closer. If you could see them closer, you could see that they're sparklier. Okay, there's our third card. We've got one to go. Now you can see on this one that I did not sponge the edges, and I like that too, actually. But we tried it with the sponged edges. So do you have a preference of the edge sponged or not sponged? So to sponge or not to sponge? Let's see what you think in the comments. My computer's actually doing better. Martha, you like the colors together? Hi, Kathy. Welcome from Georgia. So glad you're here. Okay, what do you think, kids? Sponged edged, not sponged edged? And if you're on YouTube, I'd love for you to comment as well. And as I said, I come back and check all my comments. All right, let's go ahead. We've got one more card. This is my favorite verse from this set, which I shared with you in the beginning. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your... Well, the verse is actually and lean not on your own understanding, and he will direct your path. So, I don't know, it kind of gives me chills, actually, when I think of this verse. It's just a really special verse to me. All right, let's get going here. I'm going to grab our garden green ink. This is another one of the labels out of the greetings of the season. I have to think that through every time. I keep wanting to call it season's greetings, you know, because that's what we say at Christmas time, but it's greetings of the season. And I'm going to put this, I might get my head in the camera. I'm trying to get right over the top and make sure it's straight, or it's tentatively straight. And I'm going to stamp this mostly to the left because, again, I'm going to put another bow there. So this is garden green ink, and actually, isn't the font even pretty? I just think this whole stamp set is so pretty. Once I started stamping with it, I thought, oh, this is so nice. And you can make a quick card with this, you guys, a very quick card if you need one to be encouraging to someone. Okay, let's go back to our scrap paper. And this time, I'll move this for now. I haven't been able to see your comments yet, whether you like the edge, the sponged edge, or the plain edge, but I will go back and look. Okay, let's take this stamp set. I think we had it in purple. Yeah, we did. Okay, and we're gonna go to Petunia Pop. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to stamp it off maybe even a couple times, and then I'm going to just do a little bit here in the corner. Yep, like that. And then this one we're gonna stamp it off twice as well, and I'm gonna put this up here. And I don't care that it goes over the words. I think you can still see the words, but that's why I stamped it off twice, at least twice, so less is more. All right, now let's put that away. Clean our stamp, and now we're going to go back to our two colors again. So we're going to take our garden green and our little berries, and use the wider band is the wider end of the marker. And then I'm just going to do my berries here. And then let's go ahead and pull out our garden green. And same thing. And I can remember when I would color multiple colors on a stamp. And I thought it was so pretty. But I must have spent a lot of time doing that. Now I accidentally got green on one of the berries, but I'm just going to go with it. It's going to be okay. We're just not going to worry about it because time-wise, for one thing, but another thing, it's a handmade card, yes? So, sometimes when they're handmade, there's a boo-boo on it. Okay, now we're going to do a little more hand cutting here. So we're going to grab our paper snips. And let's go ahead and, oh gosh, I've got my head totally in the film. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to fussy cut again. And I'm trying to hold this so you can see it. So it might not be the best because I would hold it a little bit differently if I was just sitting here fussy cutting and you weren't trying to watch me. So now I'm going to get rid of this. This is just in my way. Okay, so sometimes it just helps quite a bit to get rid of any extra cardstock. Now I'm going to come back down here, trying to keep, just as I said earlier, just a little bit of a white edge around. Anyone watching the Olympics? I've watched the men's gymnastics and the women's gymnastics, and I've watched swimming. We have such fantastic athletes. I can't imagine the amount of time and hours that they have spent training for this. And they're doing such a fabulous job. Okay, so there we go. Fussy cutting can actually be relaxing. So if you're a fussy cutter, I kind of get that. Okay, we're getting there. We've almost got this ready. So on this card, this is the, oh my gosh, what is this called? This is the, let me get it out here, Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. And this is one of the patterns in it. And I have cut it at 3.5 by 4 3/4. I'm pretty sure that's right. Now on my sample, I put this on, can you see my sample? I put it on Petunia Pop, but when I did the cutting for my class today with you, I put it on Berry Burst because I think it's going to show up better. Okay, so let's grab our card. I don't know, whenever you put berries and leaves on a card, whether it's spring berries or winter berries, it's just, I think it's just pretty. It just, you know, God knew what he was doing when he was creating all of our plants. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down. Yeah, I like the Berry Burst better. Here it is with Petunia Pop, but I like the Berry Burst better. Once I was cutting this morning, I thought, oh, I think the backdrop needs to be darker. And for the die, I used the Perennial Postage dies. This background die is made with the Perennial Postage dies. Okay, so now we're gonna pop this up like this. Anyway, I don't know, if you've got ideas about how you get out of a slump, a creative slump, I would love to know what you do. Yes, and if you're saying, oh, I look at Pinterest, I look at Pinterest too, but actually what I usually do is, before I do that, is I just put in the Google search, I just put Stampin' Up, comma, and then usually the name of whatever I'm trying to get an idea for. So Stampin' Up, comma, You Are Beautiful would be this one. But I was, you know, I couldn't even get started on what stamp set I wanted to work with. I don't think I decided until, what's today, Wednesday? Until Monday. I don't think I decided until Monday what stamps that I was even going to show this week because I was all over the place. I couldn't narrow it down. I guess that's the thing. I just couldn't get it narrowed down. So here we go. I'm going to put this, I'm pretty much centering this. And then we've got our pretty, gorgeous little flowers. We're going to put those right there. For that, I think we need mini dimensionals. Let me grab something. Here's regular, but we need mini. So let's get these out. Here's the minis. And I'm going to put these right here on this end, like so. And maybe one more. How far down is this going to go? Yeah, maybe one more right there, maybe. We'll see. I want the dimensionals to be on the tag itself and not on the card, just so I don't have weird okay, how can I explain this? I don't want two dimensionals here because I already have dimensionals here, and that's going to make that raise up and be higher than the rest of my card, and I don't want that to be higher. I want them all to be equal. They'll go through the mail better if you don't have a dimensional on top of another dimensional. Okay, we're going back to our beautiful, hey, you know what, you guys? Do I have it out here? Hang on. I wonder. This would be, well, let's stick with our petunia pop. Almost got the bow made. But it would be pretty with, here I let this twist, so I have to turn it. There we go. It would be pretty with the iridescent striped trim, which I don't know if that's in stock right now. It's been in and out of stock because it's so popular, but we're going to stick with petunia pop. I know this is, well, I shouldn't say I know. I'm pretty sure this one is in stock. Okay, so we've got our bow. And let's go ahead. Grab our mini glue dots. I'm going to put 2 mini glue dots on. I'm going to put one a little bit to the right of the knot and the next one a little bit to the left of the knot. And then we'll do this. Didn't that turn out pretty? Of course, you know I love petunia pop, so it's all going to be pretty. Now I'm going to go back to our gems here. And I'm going to use these berry colored gems. Again, I don't know really what they're supposed to be. If they're supposed to be one of our colors, I'm sure they are. And then I'm going to get some of these out because I thought these are going to look really nice with the berry burst. Well, what are we going to do here? Let's do that, and then maybe one down here. These will look nice with the berry burst. Gosh, I have no words today. I don't know what's going on with me. I think I'm worried about my family in Colorado. All right, that's it, my friends. What do you think? I think Diana is maybe telling me to put Wink of Stella on the berries. So I'm going to put some Wink of Stella. Now remember, when you do Wink of Stella, which is just a glitter pen, I don't know if you're able to see that, it moves the ink just a little bit. Can you see that my berries are a little bit deeper color? Let's do it on this one again, maybe you can see. So, can you see how that's blending the ink and then plus making it shimmery? So here I'm too close to the camera. I'll come down here. Like that. There we go. Well, this one I used old olive ink here. But here I used garden green. You could use either. They both go okay. So there are our 4 cards with You Are Beautiful. Let's go back to, here's our first one with our gold embossing. And then here's number 2 with using sponge daubing on our stamp itself. And then we have our, I don't know what you call this one, our sparkling one. So do you have a favorite? I love to know in the comments. This will be card 1, this will be card 2, this will be card 3, and 4. So which one is your favorite? I would love to know. Now get your order in, your $45 order in by Sunday night. So you have through Sunday night, you've got to use this host code. That's how I know that this is the class you're going to get. So make sure you do that. Let me put these up here a little bit. I feel like they're kind of out of the camera, maybe. I don't know, because I can't see the camera. Let me check over here. Oh, Jamie, you like this stamp set? And Martha, you do the same thing. Mary Kay says sponged edge gives it a mini layer look. Yeah, I think so too. And so Mary Kay, you like the sponge. Jamie likes the sponge. Martha likes the sponge. Pam likes it. Kathy likes it. Perfect. Yeah, I'm happy you like them so much. Kathy, the tutorial is going to go to everyone that puts in a $45 order will get the tutorial for these. So in order to get the tutorial, you'll want to go ahead and use this host code and get your order in by Sunday, and I will send you the supplies to make the cards, and I'll also send you the tutorial. So let me come back up here. There we go. You guys, it was so nice to have you with me. I couldn't even see you with me earlier. I'm going to get rid of my glary glasses. But it was so nice knowing you were here. You stuck it out. This was a long video because of all the techniques that I used and fussy cutting and all of that. So I hope you got some ideas to use for either this stamp set or another stamp set that you already own, and that you could use some of these techniques, and I would love to see what you make with them. So make something. Be creative, use Stampin' Up's ideas. I did use my ideas, and just stamp. Let's use our stamps. Let's stamp and be creative and get those good endorphins going, and then we also have something beautiful to give to someone else. All right, everybody, thanks so much for being here today, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for the hearts. You're so sweet. Thank you. Bye-bye.